Today I'm joined by Rich Heller, Tax Director from Bayer Corporation, and we'll discuss their journey over the last few years. You'll get insight into how Bayer is dramatically changing how they deal with data and how they reduced manual data manipulation by 90% and are on pace to free up 10,000 hours of manual preparation from their compliance process. Let's start with an overview of the tax environment at Bayer.
Bayer is a U.S. subsidiary of a German parent company, and we have primarily a U.S. footprint for Bayer Corporation with maybe half a dozen foreign subsidiaries. We have about 30 people in our tax department focusing on the U.S. activities.
And I understand that about 5 years ago, things were going a bit rough. Can you tell me a bit about that?
We were experiencing about 100% turnover every year. So we took a hard look at how we were organized and what we were doing, and basically restructured our people, realigned our people to give some opportunity for synergies, and then we made further investments in some of our technology and processes. And since then, over the last 3 years, we haven't had any turnover at all.
And one of the big themes for the work that you've been doing is standardization between the tax chart of accounts and the work papers.
The first thing we did was to create a bridge tax chart of accounts so that we could standardize all the legal entities. And that really gave us a big lift. That enabled us to batch import trial balances for tax return purposes. And then we layered on DataFlow. The combination of standardization and DataFlow has really been a very powerful process improvement for us.
You've achieved some pretty phenomenal results, especially in the area of DataFlow.
We spend about 20,000 hours a year on provision and tax return activities. Through standardization and the implementation of DataFlow, the first year we saw like a 6,000-hour reduction in our data manipulation and workbook preparation time, and we expect that the second year we're going to pick up another 3,000 or 4,000 hours, nearly 50% reduction in time. One person could create a DataFlow template that used to take 6 or 8 people to prepare all those individual workbooks. Now we create it one time and push it out to everybody. By putting a rate per hour on that 10,000 hours at $200 to $300 an hour, if we're able to displace that time, that's $2 to $3 million that 10,000 hours will save us. And we may not actually spend any less in consulting dollars or headcount, but we need to add more value to in terms of lower effective tax rate or cash tax savings. And so the challenge is really on us to prioritize and use these extra resources smartly.
What's your advice to a listener who's got some of these ingrained manual processes?
You need to take a sort of a complete, holistic view of the tax department. It's not just about people or process or technology. It's about all three of them. We really got a lot of lift and a lot of power out of standardization and then enabling that standardization with technology. It helped build momentum and helped carry us forward and really got people excited in terms of making new recommendations for additional ways to standardize and or streamline the process.